Welcome back to Soft Wash Evolution, everybody. I'm going to take you through a day in the life of owning a soft wash company and what I do from dawn till dusk here. My day started about 2 hours ago at 5 o'clock this morning. Responding to emails and quotes, things like that, and a bunch of commercial quotes I had to do. I'll take you through all that as I drive throughout the day. But I'm loading chemical right now. It's 7:20 in the morning. I've got 4 jobs on the list today. We're going to take you through each one of them. I'm going to get started here. See my SH behind me. Turn the pump on. We're going to start loading. First thing I got to do after I get all my paperwork done in the morning, load my chemical. I'm gonna go through, I've got probably 20 on the truck, so I'm gonna load another probably 20 gallons of SH or so. Then I've got a bucket of surfactant mixed up here underneath me, probably 5 gallons of that. I'll add to the truck, and we're gonna roll to our first job. It's only about a 5-minute drive, so I'm just gonna take you through the day. So here, we're on our way to the first job. I've got I just pulled out of my, off my road. I've got 6 minutes to get to my first customer. And it is, 7:34. So I loaded my chemical, but I want to take you through the beginning of the day where I started my day, about 5:30 this morning. Between 5 and 5:30 I wake up. It's just kind of the time I've always woke up. Let the dogs out, eat some breakfast, make a cup of coffee. That's the usual start to the day. But then you've got to jump on the computer and do all of your business ownership stuff. It starts with answering all the leads from the day before. I had a pretty big one this morning because I had a commercial, a bank reached out, a bank manager, a property manager reached out and wants all the they wanted quotes for all of their bank branches. I've done 1 or 2 of them in the past. They're gonna go with me and give it to me exclusive next year to do probably 12 of their bank location branches. So I had to get individual quotes for each one of those, including like the drive-through area if you've never done a bank. ATMs, electronics that run ATMs are a pain. They're very, very difficult with water, so you got to be careful around them. So I want to do detailed quotes for each one of those. I know all the locations because they're all pretty local, but I wanted to measure them all and get accurate estimates for that. So I work on that a little bit. It's still not done yet. I'll finalize it this weekend. It is Friday, so I'll have to work on it more this weekend. And then I had 4 leads come in since last night at about 7 o'clock when I stopped looking at it. One of them was a return customer who just texted and said, you know, want the house washed again this year. When can I get on the schedule? And I just go through the, you know, I'll send them an email back, and if I don't hear from them, I'll text them back or call them today. The other 3 were organic leads off the website or through Google. I don't have any ads running right now, so they all just found me through that. They send an email through the site, fill out the contact form, looking for a house wash, looking for a gutter clean, both, looking for a roof wash. One of them wanted everything. The deck, the concrete, the house, the roof, the gutters. Maybe they just selected everything off the drop down, I'm not sure. But I always make sure, usually about, you know, the afternoon of the day before till throughout the night, those are the people that will get reached out to the next day. This is, what is it, August 22nd right now. End of August, it starts to slow down for me a little bit with the incoming leads. They're not pouring in like they are in, you know, late April, May, June, July, where I can't even keep up. It'll be sometimes 20 of them a day. Those, you know, I reach out at the end of the day or the next day to all of them. When it starts to get like this, sometimes you can handle them throughout the day. You know, I try to do it every couple hours where I'm reaching out to all my leads, making sure I'm contacting them and giving them their quotes, seeing if I can schedule them right away, which right away for me, I think I'm about 2 weeks out right now, but it's manageable. So that's what you have to do in the morning. You got to go through and, you know, itemize all your deductions for your taxes. You're constantly doing that, at least, you know, I usually do at least 3 times a week. I go through, you know, I have QuickBooks, I think everybody uses that. I go through and I make sure my tax deductions are itemized. I'm looking at my checking account. I'm doing inventory. How much chemical do I have? How much do I need? I'm looking out at the schedule that I have in my CRM, which is, you know, I have like a 1 week or a 1 day look, a 1 week, a 3 week, a month, and I'm just looking out what I'm going to need. Do I have any big projects coming up where I'm going to need a specific chemical or a specific product that I need to get that on order? And then I'm also going through the maintenance records that I have. What do I have to do? I know I've got a couple chemical injectors that are giving me an issue, the whole manifold right now. So I'm gonna have to break that thing down. I do have 2 backups. So probably this weekend I'll just pull the one that's giving me an issue out of there, put the backup on, and then look to rebuild that older one. Reseal it, repack everything, maybe change that T-jet 3-way valve that's leaking. Things like that just have to be done in the morning. That's when I get most of my work, you know, the business ownership work done. And then by 7 o'clock, it's summertime, my daughter goes to summer camp, but that's out of the way, and then I'm out the door. So I've got my day planned out where I'm going to go. I'm going to start at this job, and I'm actually going to pull in here in 1 more minute. So this is probably the biggest one of the day. It'll take me the longest anyway. It's house, gutters. I think they want a section of the roof done, which I don't like doing roof sections, but every now and then you have to. This place is set back into the trees pretty good. I did this house probably 4 years ago. It's been a while. They're not like an every year customer that signs up. They just kind of call as needed. So I'm expecting it to be, basically I'm treating it like a whole new customer again. I don't know how dirty this place is going to be. Residential, all my quotes are pretty much just done via satellite. I just measure them and give them a quote. I'm not going to go quote every residential job in person. I wouldn't have time. So that's not how I do it. But I know the tree cover in this area, I know the gutters are going to be packed full. I doubt they've had anybody clean them in the past few years. It was probably me 4 years ago. It was the last time these gutters have been cleaned, so I expect them to be packed full. Expect the house to be pretty dirty. And they said there's some moss growing on part of the garage roof, so I'll take a look at that. Maybe I can upsell them a roof wash also while I'm here. And then once I finish this up, I'll go straight to 2 jobs that are very close to each other. It's actually in an HOA that I gave an exclusive wash price to, I think last year. I had a bunch of them sign up, so I know the area really well. And I'll do those 2, kind of knock them out together, and then I'm off to the last one of the day. So we'll kind of keep an eye on the time. I'll show you what I charge for stuff, how much I bring home at the end of each one of these jobs. I'm not going to park in this customer's driveway because she did message me yesterday and said that she has to leave around 8 o'clock to bring her son to soccer practice, and it's, 7:40 right now. So I'm going to stay out of the driveway and just leave it on the road. So I'm going to go walk around this place, start with the gutters, then the roof potentially, wash the house, wash the deck and the patio stuff out back, and we'll check on the time, see kind of progress we're making. So here I'm going to walk you around this house. It is, what's that say, 8:09? 30 minutes in, I'm done with the gutters. I also had about a 10-minute talk with the homeowner when I first pulled in, and I was able to upsell the deck and part of the roof. I'm going to show you that. So this went from a gutter clean house wash to now a roof wash, partial roof wash, house wash, deck wash, gutter clean. I'm done with the gutters, 30 minutes in. There is one MacGyvered section over here I want to show you right where my ladder is. That's what happens when the homeowners get DIY on you. You can probably see it from the ground, but I'm going to go up there a little bit and show you. There is a little plastic accordion style gutter repair done up here. Look at that. It's not supposed to be there. Either way, hopefully the water flows through it. I'll rinse them out while I'm washing the house. I just want to show you that. But even still, about 25 minutes to clean these gutters. Go down the ladder, and I'll show you the rest of the house, what I've got to do on this job. I was able to switch parking spots with my customer. She left, and she said, yeah, you can move your truck to the driveway, make it easier on you. So I moved my truck into here. This is the part of the roof that I'm going to be washing, the garage. You can see, especially to this side, all that moss, algae, and slime. I gave her a quote for the entire house. They obviously didn't want to spend that much money, but I'm going to wash just this garage roof. I'll probably split it right there where that line is and just stop right there, and I'll wash this whole thing for them. I'll clean it up nice. It's the part they care about the most. It's what's visible. A nice sealed blacktop driveway though. I'm going to have to wet all that and all these plants. House isn't that bad. Hasn't been washed in 4 years. I looked it up. It was the last time I did it. But I cleaned all these gutters. This one was a pain because this little shed is right in the way. They actually have their own ladder right here too. But I was able to use my brush to clean off a little bit at the top, and I just kind of jumped on the shed and up there to clean. Screened in porch here in the back. Got all these gutters. Upsold the deck. I'm gonna wash that for them while I'm doing the house. Gutters along the back. And gutters along the side. All that done, 30 minutes, a couple upsells. There's my ladder, right where we started. House is probably 2,600 square feet. A lot of gutter lines. So I'm gonna get started now, hook up the water, treat that roof, wash the house, rinse the roof, wash the deck. I'm out of here, show you the total. So I'm more than halfway done with this job. All the gutters are done. Like I said, the roof is treated. I'm gonna go up there and show you what that looks like now. And I've got the house about halfway done. Just pulling the hose around the other side to go to the other side of the house now. So we'll jump up the ladder. I'll show you the roof that I treated. The sun is gonna be probably washing out the lens. So when I get up here, I might have to move the camera down. And there's the sun, so I'll move over here. So you can see all this moss. Nice and white. I treated the entire thing. Let me see if I can block the sun from the camera without washing the lens out. But there's the roof. I went all the way over to there. That's the ridge line that I stopped. So I washed this whole roof. Add-on service. Upsold it when I got here. Pretty small section of roof. A couple $100 though. See how that moss is white? I'll give it a rinse before I go. Come back down the ladder. So I'm down the ladder. I'm going to show you everything I've done so far and what I've got left. This is what I've got left to do as far as house washing goes. I showed you that roof that I treated. This whole side of the garage I've got yet to wash. In here behind this shed where that chimney is, I've got to wash still. All the way to this corner here, to the sunroom. I actually washed everything on the other side here. I'll take you over. And the deck also. I was able to upsell the deck. Small Trex deck on the back here, a little white vinyl railing. Not much to it. But that's the back of the house. Everything's all clean. Around here to this side. The gutters all flow. While I'm washing the house, I flood the gutters, the downspouts. So you can see here, my soap makes it all the way down. That's how the gutter downspouts are clear. Even that MacGyvered gutter over here that I showed you at the beginning, that also flowed. This one, it does go into the ground in daylight somewhere, but I could hear the water coming down it. Probably pops up somewhere down there. I don't know how far their property goes. I didn't really chase it, but I know the water's going down. I would shoot a bunch of water to the top of the gutter, stop my pressure washer and listen. I could hear it making its way all the way down into the bottom. So I know it flows clearly. Back around to the front, I already washed this whole side, the whole back and this whole front of the house. So I've got about, a quarter to go over there on the side. And I'll also rinse the roof. I always rinse roofs when I do roof washing. Probably see it from over here at this angle. Give that roof one rinse just to make sure all the SH has had plenty of dwell time. It is now, what do we got for time? 9:16. Been here since 7:40. Making good time. So that job is done. I'm pulling out of the customer's driveway as we speak. I came into this set up with a $500 house wash, $250 gutter cleaning. I was able to upsell that part of the roof that you see me do over the garage there for $300 and the deck for $50. So it's at $1,100 total. I knew I was going to get that roof upsell because as soon as I got there, she started just showing me the house. Yeah, the house is a little dirty since the last time you were here. The gutters need to be cleaned because the stuff's starting to spill over the edges. And there's all this slimy stuff on the roof. It looks like grass growing up there. It's really ugly. It's in the front. It's the part I really want clean. So I kind of knew I was going to get that. I gave them a quote for the entire roof. It was over $1,000. She kind of looked back. Oh, I don't want to spend that much money, but maybe just clean this part. I usually don't like doing partial roof washes because it leaves like a clean line to a dirty line, but sometimes you have to do it. I knew I wasn't going to get the whole thing. But I got part of the roof. So I ended up with $1,100. It is 9:50 in the morning. So what'd that take? 2 hours and 10 minutes to do the entire thing? It's quicker than I thought. I didn't even look at the tank. I'd say I probably used 10 gallons of SH, and a little bit of soap on that roof in the house combined. And it was a 5-minute drive here from my house. I'm already into the GPS on the next 2 houses I have to go do, which are in the same little cul-de-sac development, and it's 4 minutes away. So my arrival is, a couple minutes, I'll be to the next one. The houses I usually do, I work in a pretty compressed area. I don't travel that far. Just a couple of cul-de-sacs I have to turn around on, suburban neighborhoods, and I'm on to the next 2. These 2 are just house washes. One of them has a deck already scheduled. The other one I'm going to see if I can upsell. They have like a deck and patio little area out back. I'll see if I can get that added on too. So on through the day, the last job of the day, the 4th one I have is, that one's a bit of a drive. I've got to go all the way to the northern end of my turf, so that one will be a little bit longer. But I'll see if I can knock these 2 out and touch back in. Maybe I'll do a little bit of filming during the house wash on these ones. They're in more of a neighborhood than that one I was just in there. So let's go. I'll change out the batteries in this thing and set up when I get to the next job in 4 minutes. So I've got the back side of this house washed. I'm on to the first of the 2 that are in that neighborhood I was telling you about. The place gets a lot of sun. Whole back there is done. Little dogs barking at me. Close this gate. We're gonna keep rolling. Both these houses I'm about to do are about the same size. Typical $400 house washes. We'll knock them both out pretty quick. Add on some, see if we can upsell on the other one. A little deck to do on this one that I did already out back. The other one, similar. Oh, the deck's actually much bigger, but the house is similar. So we'll see if we can add that on too. Just a little $50 one on here. The other one, probably about $150 deck. These are regular customers. I do these houses regularly. It's important to get, it's actually more important to lock in your regular long-term customers than it is to just turn and burn and try to get, you know, some guys will get, well, I did 8 today, you only did 4 or 5. Yeah, but I also locked down customers for the next 2 years. And I also had to contact those few that I was telling you about this morning that had contacted me yesterday through the website. One of them's already scheduled, the return customer. I already locked her down via message this morning. She's scheduled. She didn't pick her date early in the spring. She kind of waits till later in the summer to pick her date, which is fine. Some of them do that. And then the other 3 were new. I reached out to all of them, you know, at 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning via email. Said, here's your price. Please let me know if you'd like to schedule. It does fill quickly. And one already emailed back and confirmed scheduling, so I had to put that into the software, into the book, and into my CRM system. It's scheduled for about 2.5 weeks away. Just a house wash. The other 2, one of them read them because I got the read receipt, so they may be deciding. The other one I hasn't read the email yet. So I'll give it probably till midday today, and I'll reach out to them again. I'll give them a call because I got their phone numbers. So the email they didn't see, or maybe they didn't act on it, I'll proactively reach out, say, hey, I saw your message on the site. You were looking for an estimate for your house wash, gutter cleaning, whatever it is. I sent it to you, didn't know if you got it or not. If you have any questions or you'd like to schedule, try to lock them down right there. And I also got a phone call while I was on that last job filming for another quote for a house, roof, gutters, the full deal. So I'll have to reach back out to that person quickly within the next hour, make sure I get them their price, see if I can get them scheduled too. So it's not only about what you do right now. You got to schedule for 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, and 2 years from now. So I'm going to keep rinsing this, turn the camera back on when I get to the other side. So this house is almost done. Wet these windows. Pressure washers are right behind me, so I'm sure you'll hear that. There's my SH mix. Small section on the front is all that is left. And this house will be done. We're going to check on the time. $450 total. We'll see what kind of progress I'm making on time and on money. And also, before I start the next one, even though it's right down the road, I'm going to have to take a few, call some customers or call some leads, call and email, see if I can lock some more things down. I had one more come through on the website. So now I've got quite a few on there. I need to make sure I get them all locked down before the weekend. Friday, a lot of people like to call in or email in, get their services lined up. The weekend, they don't really think about it, so I want to get them scheduled now. We'll let that front section dwell, rinse it, and we'll walk the place all around. So everything is all done. I'm just getting wrapped up. What time is it? 11:14. This house is done. And the deck. I was going to go around back and show you everything I did in the back right there, but the customer's dog is out. Little ankle biter. I just don't want it to get out of the fenced-in area. House is all dripping dry. It's like I don't know if it's a light gray or like almost like a green. It's kind of weird looking color. It's hard to describe. Nice place though. Just 2,000 square feet behind the car here. And go into the back, but that's the gate right there. I don't want the dog running. Peek around the corner. The hot tub is. Rinsed off the cover of the hot tub too. Little deck back there, patio. I cleaned up for an extra $50. Turned it into $450. So the next house I have to do is in this same neighborhood. It's actually right there. If you can see that white Range Rover, that gray house, 2-story one, it's a little bit bigger than this one, but that's where I'm headed. Before then, I'm gonna jump in the truck, turn the AC on for a minute, drink a Gatorade, and call some customers back and check my emails, because I've got a lot of contacts coming in and I don't want to miss them. So on to the next one. So I just wrapped up those 2 houses there in the same development. I didn't do any filming at that second house. It was pretty much the same thing as that other one you saw me shooting at. I didn't do the deck. I wasn't able to upsell that to the customer, so it ended up just being $400 for a house wash. Both of those houses are routine customers of mine. I do them, pretty frequently, so I knew what I was getting into there. Just trying to get a couple upsells with decks and patios, things like that is what I do throughout the day. I called 2 of the leads back before that job there when I took about a 2-minute break. Both of them I got to voicemail. I'd already emailed them, so now I don't like doing the whole back and forth with voicemail thing. I don't even like using the phone. I'd rather just email. So I'm waiting on them to call back, and I just put into the GPS. I've got a 26-minute drive. I'm at the gas station right around the corner from where I did those jobs. I just stopped in, gassed up. I knew I had a drive ahead of me, so I've got 26 minutes to get to the next one. It is, what time is it now? 12:23. So those jobs, I just jotted it down here. I started at the first house at 7:40. I was wrapped up at 9:50. Second job, I got there at 10 o'clock when I got started, wrapped up at 11:15. So I started the next one at 11:20. I just wrapped up a couple minutes ago, call it, 12:15. Got here to the gas station, took a quick break. Gassed up, grabbed a drink. Now I've got a 20-some minute drive ahead of me to get to the next one. Pretty much at the end of my turf. I usually don't drive this far, and I definitely shouldn't have done it on a Friday because it's up in tourist land. I don't like going up there. All of New York City is going to be there, but I'll go fight through that and get on to this next one. I'll do some more filming when I get there. So here, I'm at my 4th and last house of the day. It's 1:15. I've been here about 5 minutes. Had to fight through a little bit of traffic on the way up. Like I said, all of Long Island, New York City, New Jersey is in Lake George on vacation for the weekend. They always come up here. Friday's a terrible time to go through that village near the lake, but I had to do it. Gutter clean, house wash. My customers are from Long Island. I know because I called them on the way here. 516 area code. I know that very well. So this is their summer camp, they call it. Their house they come to in the summertime, usually on the weekends. Or throughout the summer, they spend time up here at the lake. Go back down to Long Island during the week. And since it's summertime, I don't know if school has started down there yet, but it hasn't up here. So maybe their kids or grandkids are up. I don't know. I'll take you around, show you this place, what I got to do. The electrician is here. These guys. This company right here. I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't want to get in trouble. They bought up all independent plumbers, electricians, interior maid service cleaning, exterior cleaning. I know they have some wash guys. They do most of the window cleaning company, but they do house washing, gutter cleaning, any service provider you can imagine. In this area, it seems like they have bought them up, and then they use one dispatching company to dispatch all of them. So I see them all over the place. One thing about growing your network, meeting up, like I've said in other videos, find the local electrician, the plumber, the interior cleaner, the window cleaner, guys like that, and network with them, share customers. Don't do it with people like that. That's a big business dispatched out of some other country. They're not ones you want to work with, but he's in there selling them, I don't know what, snake oil probably. It looks like he's wiring up some outlets on the outside and cameras and motion sensors for them. So, but I'll be spraying some water soon, so hopefully he's not in my way. I'll take you around a little bit. I got some gutters to clean. I'm going to take you around this place quick while my customers are outside talking to the electrician. They're right there, so I'm not going to bother them. But I'll show you the property. My ladder's right there. I'm still cleaning gutters. Nice place, yellow vinyl siding, pretty big. Not too many gutters. Like there's no gutter here, which makes no sense. But there's a gutter on the back right here because it's over the patio, I guess. That's why they did that. Gutter on the back of the patio. Jungle growing inside of the house. Gutter line here, gutter line over there. My customers are over there talking to the electrician now, so I won't go on that side, but I'll kind of just come around the back. Show you the rest of it. Yeah, they're right there, so I'll avoid them. But I've got to wash this whole place once I'm done cleaning the gutters. Little stamped concrete patio here. The sealer's pretty much gone on it. I'll just rinse it off, but not really much of an upsell opportunity. So this one's just going to be a clean the gutters, wash the house. Pretty simple. That's how I'll end my day. Probably got another 15 minutes of gutter cleaning to go. Hour and a half to wash the house. And I'll be out of here with another half-hour ride home. So, let's see what the time is. What is it, 1:26 right now? Probably 1:45, I'm done cleaning gutters. And then I'm on to washing this house. And I'll check back in with you when I'm on the road. And we'll go home and wrap things up for the day. So, this is wrapping up that video. Day in the life. 3:35 now. I just got home. Literally threw away my Slim Jim wrappers and energy drink cans out of my truck, let the dogs out, and I'm at the computer already. So just wrapping up that video, I just want to go over the final numbers, everything I made for the day, how I made it, and what's important to you when you're running a business. So the day started off, like I said, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm calling those leads. I think I had, between last night and today, 6 total more potential leads came in, potential customers. I'll have to contact all the rest of them. 2 of them already scheduled with me. So that's what's actually more important than what happened today. So I'm going to take you through the day and realize I made $2,600. That was my gross for the day today. And most of you will say, well, it's only 3:30. You've got plenty of hours left in the day. You could go get another one. Yeah, I could go to another house and make another $400, another $500. But what's more important is locking down those leads that came in. Those are worth $2,000 in the future. And that's more important than a couple $100 today. That's what you got to get around, especially when you're new. You may think, just turn and burn. I'm just going to spray water and spray bleach. That's all I've got to do to run a wash business. No, it's more important. The gold is the customer's information. So the first customer I had, like I said, I've done theirs before, but they're not a routine customer. But they're in the system. They get the marketing emails from me, the reminders. It still made them reach out 4 years later and get even more services done. They got the gutters cleaned this time. They had the roof done. They had the deck done. I actually got more out of them. The 2 routine ones in the middle, they get it done every year. Not always the deck and the patio, but they get the house washed every year. They're having their information is what makes me the money. That last customer was brand new also because they just bought that house. Like I said, they're from Long Island. That's their little summer camp up here. But I cleaned their gutters for them, washed the house. They were more concerned with the gutters than anything. And they're already in the CRM database. They're already scheduled for the spring. I'm going to come back and clean those gutters again and wash the house again next year. They want it done in the springtime because they're going to spend more of the summer up here in the next coming year. That's where the information is worth more than the money. I want that customer's name, all their contact info. I need the email, the cell phone number, the physical address. I need to touch base with them several times a year, sign them up on a schedule so that they are giving me money every year, not just once. So just going through the numbers, like I said, it was $2,600 gross throughout the day on those 4 jobs. I just jotted stuff down, so I'm reading it out of the notebook there. Got started, 7:20 this morning. I was loading chemical, pulled back into my house here, 3:30. I traveled 50 miles total in my truck. My truck gets about 10 miles per gallon, call it $30 worth of gas. I used probably 2 gallons of gas in the pressure washer. Another $6 in gas there, call it $35, $36 worth of gas. I think I used about 20 gallons of SH. Depending on what I pay for that, when I get it in bulk, it's around $4 a gallon, maybe $5 a gallon, plus a little bit of soap. So you can round that off, call it $100 in chemical. So $135 in the routine cost, the chemical and the gas getting me to and from. None of those were from from paid leads this time. I think a couple of them were, those 2 routine ones were probably paid leads years ago when I first got them. But these ones were all leads that I had, organically, that I grew through my website and through my CRM. Having them every year is what's going to pay the bills next year, 2 years from now, and keep going. And also the time throughout the day, I'm stopping, I'm filming, I'm setting up this GoPro, whether it's on my head or on my chest, or I'm filming with my phone. I'm changing the microphone around. I'm making sure everything is linked up that way. I've got a waterproof stuff, even though the camera's waterproof. I don't want it right out there getting hammered with bleach. So I've got to take time setting it up, making sure it's not in the sun. The YouTube channel, that takes more of my time. So things like that, when you're a business owner, you don't really think about. And I'll still have editing alone on this video, I think there's more than an hour and a half of video here. It's not all going to make the final cut. I'll have to edit this video down. I'm still working on a video that I shot 2 days ago. I'm editing. So it's Friday night. Tonight I'll be editing YouTube video. Still make a couple more attempts to contact a couple more of those customers that haven't scheduled yet, so I can make sure they're lined up for a couple weeks from now, and all their services are scheduled, and I make sure I have all their information so that I can keep scheduling with them in the future. So all those things are business owner stuff. I mean, if you look at my desktop right now, I've got my email open, my website open, my CRM, I've got QuickBooks open, I've got my lead database open, and I've got 2 YouTube tabs open. So you can already see some of the I mean, if you look at it there, these are all videos that I haven't even released yet. Some of them are, like the bottom few. There's 22 videos on there that are edited and ready to go. So, and this one will just get put on the list. I'm not sure when I'll drop this one. Like I said, it's August 22nd right now. I could put this one out in a couple days. I might bury it and save it for next year. So whenever you end up seeing this, you'll know. August 22nd of 2025, when all this was shot. It might come out sooner than later because I have other videos in there about gutter cleaning and roof washing and stuff in the fall, so I might put that out in the fall. I might save this one for next year, who knows. But running all this type of stuff takes time, takes money. So it's not just, you think you own a wash business, it's just drive to the house, spray the water and the bleach, drive back, collect the money. It's not just that. There's a lot more to it. So hopefully this helped out. Make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps me out. So I appreciate you watching. Until next time, thanks.